Well, John, we don't want to linger with the Boston story, although that is a very big story, of course, as well. Let's go straight to the West Texas story. Now, I don't know if you've ever been to a fertilizer production factory, but it's a pretty unpleasant experience even when nothing is blowing up. But when there's an explosion, some of the chemicals used in the fertilizer process can not just be unpleasant, but also deadly. Here's our science editor, Tom Clark.
Fire rages everywhere.
Sadly, Texas is no stranger to explosions linked to fertilizers.
The strength or the force of the explosion is almost beyond imagination.
In 1947, a ship containing 2,000 tons of ammonium nitrate fertilizer exploded in Texas City. The blast and resulting fire killed nearly 600 people and shattered windows in Houston, 40 miles away. Closer to home, this ammonium nitrate plant in Toulouse, France, exploded in 2001, killing 30 people and injuring 2,000. Yet so far, notorious ammonium nitrate isn't implicated in last night's Texas blast. If not, what caused an explosion of such incredible violence?
Oh, you okay?
Images of the fire before the blast suggest these long cylindrical tanks may have been the source of the explosion. They're thought to have contained anhydrous ammonia. Though highly toxic and corrosive, it's not classified as a flammable liquid. But experts concede that the fire, which burned for 20 minutes before the explosion, could have been enough to heat the liquid ammonia, rupturing the pressurized tanks, causing a catastrophic blast.
We generally don't think of ammonia as a particularly flammable material. It only burns above a very specific temperature and between very, very narrow limits of what percentage of ammonia there is in the air. But it is possible to get it to burn. And, clearly here, we've got a pretty big fire.
But if fertilizer plants can present such a hazard, why was this one so close to schools, care homes and houses?
No, that's the wrong question. The point is that the fertilizer plant has almost certainly been there for at least 30 or 40 years. And what's happened is that inexorably, right, cities, towns spread outwards, and there's this growing pressure to be able to build close to the plant. This is exactly the situation that happened in Toulouse with the explosion, where the plant was built out of town, out of harm's way, people would commute to it. And of course, over the following 50, 60 years, the town expanded.
Unlike the town of West, Britain's largest fertiliser plant is around a kilometre from the nearest built-up area. But substances similar to those that may have exploded here are used and stored close to homes. Only when specialist investigators have concluded their work here will we know what lessons, if any, this tragedy may have for the chemical industry.